What up, Belly?
What up,
Welcome.
though?
I'm trying to get some bets, late second bets in as we show. Welcome to Light It Up, the Saturday morning powwow, as we like to call it.
What
It's
up, though? We got Justin already in the chat. We already got people watching and stuff.
What's
Y'all
up,
was waiting
Justin?
on us. Y'all was waiting on us, guys. Man, sorry about that, man. We was a couple minutes late, but we here
Yeah,
now.
you know
Let's
how
do
we
it.
do.
My man Justin
Uh
already
oh.
says
Uh
stacks
oh.
play of the day. Vanderbilt plus 10. Stack them up, stack them up, stack them up. You got to
Stack
come
time.
on with us one day, Justin, and let them know who you are and let them know how you stack them, man.
Yeah, man. Shoot us a DM, and you're welcome to come on whenever you want. You want to come on next Saturday? If you're available, let us know. You know how we do, bro. We're here capping, and you know, I had some. I had some. I'm up in New York, and I had some bad storms yesterday, so I had like some internet issues last night. So I didn't get to do all my capping. And only got back on this morning, but we're capping as we're going along. It's a great Saturday for sports betting. We got the wild card playoffs even in football. As far as I'm concerned, best weekend in football. Love wild card. I love wild card in baseball. I love wild card in football. It's just such great games. There's always some crazy things happening. So that should be good. And as we know, Saturday is the run the gauntlet in NCAA basketball. There's thousands of games, and it's hard to break them down. It's hard to pick out a couple good games. I've been doing something different than I have in years past, and I'm taking Saturdays more light. I'm looking, for 3 or 4 good games instead of 6 or 7, because they're just so many games, man, and you know how the weekends go. So we appreciate Justin coming on with some thoughts on 2 of the games. And yeah, Justin, you're an old timer who banger guy, man. You're always welcome, without a doubt. But
Yeah.
DJ Big Boss, how was your week so far?
Well, you probably don't want to hear this.
All right,
You
next
know,
question.
I'm freezing. I'm freezing over here. Like I know it's kind of bad where you at, but over here in Cali, man, it's 44. It's 44
Wow,
degrees. This is killing
wow.
me, man.
No, that's
No,
cold, man. That's cold for Cali for sure.
for
That's
Cali,
cold.
our bodies just don't understand this right here. So it's been a cold week for me, man. So winds are blowing and big. I didn't know. So I did my history that California was known for these Santa Ana winds that are really strong, man. So the wind is
Yes.
blowing crazy. The ocean is moving. They had tides. It looked like it was a movie. People running from the tide, man. Down there near the beach city. So it's been kind of wild out here. And I had a decent night yesterday. I don't know what we did. I went 1-1 on yesterday's things. Oh yeah, you won the parlay. So I think what was it? One.
The
So
parlay was
basically, it
plus
was
one
2-2.
twenty-eight.
It was
Yeah,
2-2. One was a
yeah.
parlay, and yeah, it was 2-2 yesterday on the picks. But it's all good.
I won a money line parlay with the 2 Big 10 teams, but it was only plus 128. Really a stupid number to play the parlay, but I didn't want to screw around with the point. It was Indiana and Iowa. I parlayed them 2 together, plus 128, but then I lost a minus 115 against Duquesne. Or both 1 unit bets, so I squeaked out a few cents, enough to buy a soda.
Well, I'm not opposed to the. As a matter of fact, on the two-team money line in college basketball, I'll go as low as maybe like minus 104 or something like that because college is tough, man. And you gotta. That was if you think about it overall, it was very appropriate. You know what I'm saying for the evening and the card that was right there. So
Yeah.
I almost tailed that one, but I ended up getting on Iowa late, and I made some good decisions, but then I made some bad decisions on the live. hanging
I
around,
gotcha.
sipping and chilling on a Friday night to get you messed
Yeah,
up when you
baby.
got a decent
Did you guys
bankroll to go.
did you guys do that show last night with Wham? Did you end up doing
Yeah,
it?
we did the 420 show. Matter of fact, we was in negotiations after that and thinking about bringing back because we used to do all of this. Really started on our Friday night lounge.
The Friday Night Lounge.
That's where
About
we
7 years
introduced.
ago.
Yeah, so I like the time slot yesterday, which was at
Yeah.
4:20 our time,
Okay.
and
Seven twenty my time.
for our members, I'm thinking about doing members only show with that one. People can come through, light it up, drink. We'll have music. We'll do live bet, and we'll go over some things because we want to get something out for our
I
members.
like that idea.
But it's a 420 show, so it's not for everybody to see. But for our members, we can hang out, have a good time, and be ourselves, man. Shout out to
Yeah.
Big Ragu in the chat, man. He down there, Central Florida. They got
What's up,
super
Doc?
crazy weather going on down there too. I see somebody reached out. X reached out the other day to make sure he was all right. So obviously, him and Mama Kelly, they all right down there in Central Florida. He's in the chat. You already know you. I sent you the link earlier if you want to pop in, Big Ragu. But shout out to you and the fam, man. Y'all stay safe down there, man.
We actually today now the sun is out here after like a 24 hours of craziness. And then again, it's supposed to start up again next week. It is January, so we're gonna get some bad storms. But I was just concerned more about these football games later on if they're gonna affect anything. But I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think the weather's gonna be
Uh,
any concerned in both of these
speaking of
outdoor games.
speaking of football games, let's go ahead and jump into some early college. Let's just do a couple because a couple of my picks are kind of early before the they come on before the football game. So let's
Right.
go through some early games. Y'all in the chat, if y'all got any games we gonna look over. As a matter of fact,
Is
my
that
man
Don Play
Justin.
in the house? There's Don Play in the house. Don, what's up, buddy? You. Actually, I mentioned you the other day. I said I was going to hit you up with a DM because I know we did a lot. We did some good work last year in college basketball. It is good to see you. Hey, listen. It's that time of year, man, with the college basketball. Now the resumes are starting to form. Now they're all the guys are looking at all these teams. They're looking to every game they're thinking about March Madness now. So conference play is starting.
Yeah, it's
College
wild.
basketball is starting to get serious now. We're almost in mid January, right?
Oh
Before
yeah.
you know it, it'll be March. Before you know, we got 6 weeks of some real good college basketball coming up. And like I say, it's all about the tournament now. And these teams, they got rid of all those weird, non-conference games against teams that they just scheduled, and some off-school schedule just to make a name for themselves. And coaches doing each other favors, scheduling games. All that stuff is over. All of it is over. Now it's all about March Madness coming up, and that's how I look at it. So it's serious time in college football, basketball. That's
We
for
got our
sure.
man Damon out of San Diego giving it up for his Aztecs, and he says that he legit hate New Mexico. Hate is a strong word, Damon. That's a
Yeah,
strong word.
and
That's a
and
strong word.
and you're against your boy today because I took New Mexico minus 3.5.
my man Justin is just laying them on UNLV +2. I just put up a couple plays that he got going early. A big, I guess he said it's a parlay, a 1 unit parlay, but it's a whole lot going on in there. I like what he got right there, but I probably take it money line because I'm terrible on Saturdays. Most of the picks I give today, you probably do well if you fade me, but for the most part, man, Saturdays are tough. You got to really pick your spots, man. Like all those big games that he listed off right here: Tennessee, Wisconsin, the New Mexico game. Those are some. Is that West Virginia on the end? Those are some huge games, man. And on Saturday, that's when the upsets be raining, and teams wake up with a chip on their shoulder. I mean, just try to put your head in the mind of a young dude. He just played on Thursday. Friday, he got a chance to finish off his schoolwork or travel, whatever they had to do. and it's Saturday. So after this Saturday, they probably won't play again till like Tuesday or Wednesday. He gets to see his girlfriend, he gets to go back home, and it's a lot of factors involved. So these guys sometimes come out with a lot more energy than the numbers reflect as you capping it down, and you get a game that you be like, wow, how did I even end up on this game? Kind of like Duquesne yesterday, right? Duquesne, I seen you put that play, and I was like, I had already capped it, and I was like, I kind of like Duquesne too. Looks like a hot spot
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah,
And
I didn't think that Dayton was going to show up in that game. It was on the road. Dayton just really outplayed them pretty much the whole game.
yeah,
So,
so you
but
never
like
know,
hey,
man.
listen, there's so many games. It's college basketball. We roll with the punches, man. So, but I did take New Mexico, man. They're a really good home team. I took them -3.5. I just think that it's a better spot for them than San Diego State. San Diego State ain't no joke though. Number 19 team. Were they like 14-2? But they had a couple road games they didn't play so great in, or San Diego State. And I just took a shot with New Mexico. New Mexico's a team I like at home. It's a team I played a lot with last year at home. Um, so that's where I went, man. I went with New Mexico -3.5. That was one of
So
my
I
picks
got you
today.
down, New Mexico -3.5, Dom.
Yes, sir. That's what I took.
I'm gonna put this on a banner. And now I'll go next.
Okay, go ahead. Go
Um,
ahead.
my first play is gonna be Presbyterian plus the 7.5. So this is one of those games that I usually look into um to take the favorite in this one, but it's Saturday and I'm looking at things a little different today, and I'm I should be on Garner Webb, according to my edge. But in this one, it's just a little too tight between the two. And on top of that, Presbyterian has covered in the last three out of the last four meetings. Presbyterian has covered, and that's since 2022, which is kind of recent. ATS Presbyterian is 6-4 versus the team, although Gardner Webb is 7-3 overall on the money line. So I don't know if I'm trying to put. I haven't put a money line play together, but I'm gonna think about putting the money line play together. I'm gonna maybe throw some Justin's looks in, but I'll probably throw him in as a money line. Um, it's going to take the whole game for this game to roll out. And Presbyterian offense kind of heats up in the second half. So second half, their offense ranked number 54, and first half their offense is ranked 198. So I think I got a lot of value in Presbyterian. Plus, I'm getting a 7.5. So I'm on Presbyterian plus 7.5. That's my first pick.
They've done pretty decent on the road. They had 6 of 16 on the money line outright on away games. So that's like that's actually 34% return on investment. Um, they seem to yeah. I like it. I like it. You love that the old 7.5, huh, bud?
Yeah, seven plus 7.5. Seven and a
Right,
half
I
is a
got
big
you.
number right there. So I like
Yep.
that one right there. Let me check the chat. Any comments from the chat? My man Damon said over is a play. Maybe he's probably talking about the New
San
Mexico
Diego game.
game.
Yeah,
My man Justin said he starts capping the Saturday games on Thursday.
I don't blame you.
He said he went down with us last night too with Duquesne. So
Yeah,
that's nice, man. It's nice to see us cappers. We all kind of come from the same tree, and we always catch a lot of similarities amongst each other. Just so happened nobody knew we all was on Duquesne yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
I like Justin's look on Tennessee. I was actually looking to play the Tennessee team total over in that one. Tennessee's a team notorious doesn't play great on the road, but against good teams really because they're against the worst teams they actually played pretty. Over the last couple of years they've lost a lot of big games on the road. But Georgia, I think, is a little bit overrated. I think Georgia, even though they went 10-0 and they were all unranked, they're unranked, and they went 10-0 in non-conference schedule, but that strength of schedule was almost 200. I think it was 187 or 190, something like that. It was up there. So they didn't really. They beat a lot of easy teams to get that 10-0 mark. They are 2-0 in the conference, but I just think that because of that record, I think Tennessee really probably that 7.5 really isn't a bad number for Tennessee. They really should blow them the hell out. Tennessee's off an upset loss against Mississippi State, who ain't a bad team, but 77-72. I think Mississippi State is a better team than Georgia. I like his look on Tennessee with those points. I've been getting burned with points lately. I do like that team total over. I'm gonna see where it's at now, but I kind of like that look, Justin, with Tennessee today.
I might have to go. I might have to tell y'all on the money line, but I'm telling you, in these
It's a
big
big money
games,
line, man. Big money
in
line.
these big conference games today, I'm looking to take good home dogs. Especially like in the Big East where they beat up on each other. In the Big Ten where they beat up on each other, in the Pac-12 where they beat up on each other. I'm looking to
Minus
take
three
those
thirty,
dogs.
DJ. Minus 330 is Tennessee's money line.
That's fine. I'm gonna do like a three team,
Yeah,
I might do I might do something tied all into the Browns plus the points too. I mean they -3 now, right? But I like the Browns today too, so I
Oh,
don't
the
know. I might
Browns. I think the Browns might have went down to 2.5.
yeah I
Yeah,
might tie it into the Browns on some money
I
line
took
stuff
the
too.
I took the Browns team. I took the Browns money line. I don't remember what it was now. I took the Browns in a parlay. I took the Browns money line. I got I took the Browns money line, the Chiefs money line, and the Rams +3. I got
Dabby
the
Cat.
I got the Rams +3 opened already in two separate parlays. If I hit these, all two teamers, I hooked them up with different basketball games during the week. Now, if I hit this parlay, these two teams today, Browns money line and KC money line, then I'm gonna that parlay was +394 with the Rams +3. So then I'll have a lot of exposure on the Rams, and I'll definitely take a little hedge on the money line of the Lions. And who knows? I might cover both. I might get both. But I do like the Rams, man. I like the Rams to even win outright. But anything. Anyway,
So
that's what I
do you
took
got
today.
another college early pick?
Yeah, I gotta look it up right now.
Shout out
Which,
to Dabby.
go
Dabby
ahead.
says he's on
What's up,
Kentucky first
Dabby?
half
I
plus
didn't see
two,
him.
Kansas -5.5, and Houston first half
Let me
plus
get
one and a
back to
half.
last week. Last Saturday, let's talk about Kentucky. I know Dabby had Cab had Kentucky first half last week, and I know that lost, and I know that because I kept an eye on that game because I had Florida full game, and Florida played good throughout 3 quarters of the game, and at the end they lost. So Kentucky got us both. Dabby last week got you on the first end, got the full game. But we had one guy in the chat, somebody I don't see often. I was hoping he was going to come in here today, and he mentioned that he had Kentucky, that Big Ten unit, big play of the day was Kentucky last week. So I wanted to give him a shout out if he would have jumped back in. But you remember that last week, DJ? That one guy had,
I gotta wait a couple more weeks to remember. Like short term memory,
yeah.
no good, no good, no good. A few more weeks, I remember.
That's a whole
But
nother show. Why the
but
short term
but we
memory
got
is
a
good.
we got a big lesson in the chat from our guy Big Ragu. He's giving you young guys that's watching. You might not be in the chat, but you're listening. Whatever. He's giving you the jewels right now, right? And Big Ragu's been going off in NFL. So first he tells you that the Texans all day in teasers, right? So he's saying Texas plus. Would you say it was 2.5? So what? Teased up to 6 or something like that gives
You
you
might have got three. If you got 3 to 9, but you got to go through
yeah.
those numbers, man.
So he's saying that he likes the Texans in the teaser, but he's also saying that that'll be a big middle with Cleveland on the money line. So Cleveland on the money line one side and a touchdown and some change when you play it into a teaser. So those are just some things. I don't know if every capper sees that, but good middles are especially in NFL where it gets so janky. You gotta play to your advantage. Teasers, middles, everything helps because they
Yeah.
be. so sharp in NFL, and then sometimes it's so fixed. But
And we see the opposite of two. We see two. What do we talk about in NFL? Fourth quarter magic, second half.
yeah,
It's a separate game. So sometimes,
yeah,
but
I'm telling you, in NFL, there's always a guy out there with some trick on some part of the game that he's able to manipulate until they catch up. But it's somebody out there betting field goals, or especially with the prop bets nowadays, and they're winning because you got to be that strategic in NFL. They got those guys who be like, I only do props, I don't do sides. That's because when they're well into it, then they're so strategic that they sometimes they can get an advantage, but it's hard to get
and it's getting
advantage.
harder and harder with the props. The props are becoming the props really are the book's bread and butter at this point. They all they advertise as props. All they advertise are same game parlays. Everything that they can make money on. You never hear them talk about a regular bet. You never hear them talk about a
Yeah,
total or a regular
yeah.
side bet, right? So you got to always keep that in mind. But full disclosure, I jumped off of the Texans and went with the Browns money line on that, but just in a parlay. I There's just something about the looking into the game. I switch. I don't. Usually when I switch, it's not a good thing. But
Oh, let me get to my second pick so we
go
could get
ahead.
to around the
Go
one
ahead.
o'clock time when So my second pick comes from this Stonehill and Fair Dickinson, or as some of you know, FDU matchup right here. Now,
New Jersey.
this one does apply to my method, and this one right here, head to head last 10, FDU won in 2023, 70-59. Um, and
Where's my
I guess
pen?
Stonehill covered. They saying Stonehill covered right there, 5.5, but that doesn't make any sense. But anyways, the game before that, FDU won, and they covered the spread as well in that meeting too. They only had two meetings ever, but um, in this one right here, Stonehill. Let me go back a little bit, guys.
Let's see if I can find that
Stonehill.
to you.
Okay, here's the matchup right here. FDU scores about 72 points a game, and Stonehill struggles on offense at 63. So there's a 9 point difference between those two. But their defensive are they basically the same bad defense overall, basically. So this one applies the pressure right here. You got FDU, they're at home, they're 3-4 at home. You got Stonehill, who is 0-11 on the road. This applies to the method. I got it at -6.5. So FDU full game -6.5 for me.
I like that. I like that look. What I added was on that Tennessee game we were talking about. I took the team total over 77 and a half, which is a little bit high for Tennessee, but I do think they're gonna. I think they're gonna really beat up Georgia today. I'm gonna keep an eye on that game live at the opening and see if I can get a little bit better number than the 7.5 quickly. But yeah, I might even take Tennessee first half. But I did officially take Tennessee team total over 77.5, and you took Fairleigh Dickinson minus 7.5.
Yes.
Gotcha, gotcha. The other game
Well,
that
actually, I got it at 6.5. I got
oh good,
Presbyterian plus 7.5, and then I got FDU -6.5.
I like it. I
Yeah,
like
that
it.
game. As a matter of fact, where did it go?
Is that
So that
starting
game,
early?
that game opened at 8 and went down to the 6.5. So I think that there's a lot of I see the value going up than going down with
Yep.
FDU. They don't take these small schools who their records are not the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, FDU is 16-11. Stonehill is 2-15. They don't take these teams and put them ahead of another team for no reason right here. So this one definitely fits the suit.
there's a couple of interesting games today. All these teams lost last week. We had a lot of big teams losing last week, like Tennessee, like Purdue, like Houston, and they're all playing again today. So
Yeah.
it's interesting that Houston TCU game. TCU's a team that I kind of like. I'm pretty good with them this year, um, but it's tough to go against Houston off a bad loss like that. I was wondering if anybody had any thoughts on that game. Justin, you have any thoughts on that Houston TCU game? Yeah, Doc, New Jersey's finest, FDU. That's right. I've seen them play a couple times when my daughter went to Ryder. I used to go to a lot of those college basketball games. Be Ryder against Fairfield or against Fairleigh Dickinson, St. Pete's. Those games, man. They were the MAC. You gotta like it. You gotta like it. Gotta like it. I'm looking for here. Yeah, here we go. Alabama, Mississippi State. I think this is going to be a lot of points scored in this game. I'm taking over 154 and a half in that game. That's what I was looking for. I think Bama's going to. I think both teams. It's all offense this game, and I like that over 154. And there's one more over that I like, and that is USC against Colorado. I mean, the way I was looking at that game, I could see that game going into the 160s. It's 151 and a half is the total. I kind of like that one too. So I'm gonna take those two overs, and those are my four bets for today, for the show. My and that's my four bets for the show.
Wait,
I,
wait, wait, wait. I don't got all of them
I'm
down.
gonna tell
All
you
I got
right
is
now.
like,
I could, you know why?
okay,
Because I
hold
just
on.
I just added them. That's why. I'm copping on the fly, like I said, man. I had no
Okay, so I got you New
internet.
Mexico go -3.5, and then what?
Then we got Tennessee team total over 77 and a half. Then we got Bama full game over 154 and a half. We got USC Colorado over 151 and a half. They're both minus 110, by the way.
Who is
And
Bama playing?
Bama is playing Mississippi State. So there you go. Those are my
Let me
games
see.
today.
And what was that last over?
USC Colorado 151 and a half. Bama's 150 and a half.
That's one more time for me.
Okay.
No, just the Colorado one.
Colorado won 151 and a half. 151.5.
All right.
All right. So what is Dabby's first half look? You like Houston first half? Yeah, I can see them coming out strong. I was wondering about that total in that Houston game. I guess that's what I'm trying with Dabby's pick. Oh, there it is. Houston first half -1.5. Kentucky first half +2. Let me put it up. There we go. And Kansas -5.5. Good. Like it. We like it. We like it. Let me see what early games there are. Yeah, so anyhow, that's what I'm on college basketball. Um, we got, what time is the first game we got today is, at late afternoon, in my time, 4:30 Eastern time. And then tonight's game, Chiefs against the Dolphins. The Dolphins are the team, like I told you during the week, I have won the most money on this year in NFL football. Was on the Miami Dolphins. You guys know I was just every week betting that first half Miami team total over, bet Miami first the total game over. I was just every week hitting it. Of course, I lost a couple during or at the end of the year. Last week, I had the team total over in the first half, but I had Miami for the full game, and they did not. They lost for us, which I thought was a bad loss. I, I don't really. They're banged up. They got most of their defensive outside pass rushers are out. But a lot of defensive guys are out. I think like 10 like 10 guys on the injury report that are out.
Mhm.
Waddle was questionable. I'm sure he's going to play. Mozart was questionable. I'm sure he's going to play. You know, it's not a, and it's the Chiefs, man. The Chiefs got the experience. You never, even though it's not a typical Chiefs year, I just have a feeling that the Dolphins are in for a rude awakening today. And it's cold, it's windy. It doesn't fare well for Miami
Yeah.
Dolphins. Um, that's for sure. And that's why I put Kansas City in the money line on that game. It is 4.5. Point spread went up to 4.5. But does anybody like Miami today? I don't know. Doc says the big middle with Cleveland. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. What do you think
Um,
about that game? Chiefs Miami.
Chiefs, Miami.
It's in Kansas City.
I'm leaning Chiefs in that one because, and that's just I said it on the show with Wham and them the other day that
Last night.
has a lot to do with uh my theory on that one has a lot to do with the money factor of it. The fact that the Chiefs been back and forth to the playoffs all those years, they understand the bonuses that you receive each round in the playoffs. You know, starting in the wild card for them, they might be looking at, yeah, this is a chance to stack up. We get it. We can get that
Yeah.
wild card money. We get that divisional money. We can get a Super Bowl bonus. Even if we lose, we get 87,000 apiece. Losing the Super Bowl, so I think Chiefs heads are definitely going to be going in the right direction today. I think Miami's a young team, a young coach. He got a shot. He's going against a big dog today. So,
He's
it's
going
a
against a
little
lot of
intricate good
experience.
versus
Yep.
Goliath right here. Yeah,
He's going
so
against a
I
lot of
like
experience,
KC
right?
today.
Right? He's going against a
Yeah,
lot of
big
experience, man.
time.
Pat Mahomes, Andy Reid have been doing this for a while.
And then
Again,
you add the weather too. Add the weather factor
yeah,
to that. On top of
yeah.
that,
Don't help.
where
Don't help.
they know how to play in this weather. But I think even the line shows the line is tempting for people to come in on Miami because everybody loves the dog that could. Now, as a dog, yes, they have a lot of weapons to take them as a dog. Plus 4.5 should be good, but a lot of times in these games right here, they're gonna give Chiefs the win. They're gonna give the Dolphins the cover. So the play might be the Dolphins, although the Chiefs are gonna win. So I like
Like I,
Chiefs money
yeah,
line and keep it
yeah.
rolling. You know.
Yep, that's what I put the Chiefs money line in my parlay. I know our boy Ix Nizzle has his he's a Cleveland homie and he's rooting for his boys and I don't blame him. He has the Browns Chiefs money line, but he took it the other day, so he got a better price than I did today. The Chiefs money line actually opened up at like minus 160, minus 170, and today when I put it in, it was minus 230. So there's definitely been money. I'm seeing a 5 now with this game. Doc, you got the lines in front of you? I'm seeing
I'm seeing
a 5
240
now,
with
minus 5.
Miami. No, I'm
Yeah.
on Bovada and I'm at minus 4.5 still, and
Just
that's four
I
and a
just
half minus 120.
I just clicked on team rankings, and they have Miami. They have Kansas City minus 5 on there. Let me go to the old standby.
Well, you know what? That's gonna be the anchor of my parlay. My money line parlay is going to be the Chiefs later on today in that spot right there. I like that a
Listen,
lot.
we might see money coming on the Chiefs all day long, and if that's the case, if this line really starts getting up there, then you know I might have to think of it different. I might have to maybe throw in a little something on Miami's points for a nice 6 point middle or something if it gets up that high. But if you look at the like the actual stats, the actual analytics here, I mean, Miami does have better numbers in certain categories. They are a decent rushing team, more so than KC is. Um, let's see what else. Yeah, defensively, though, that's been the problem with Miami all year. And KC's defense has not been good at all, really, but better than Miami's. If you look at the numbers, they're better than Miami's in a lot of categories. Miami, opposing teams' red zone scoring percentage, they're letting up 64%, almost 65, 64.81%. So really 65% they're letting up in opponents' red zone scoring percentage, where KC is at 50%, which isn't good either. But I don't see those. That's why Miami scored a lot of points, and Miami games have been a lot of points this year. But Miami's defense is what held them this year. They should have won that division. It's a defense that they didn't win the division. I mean, they were up in that game last week, 14-7 against the Bills, and lost. You know, so the defense is definitely. If you look at their game logs, and their defense is definitely. It should be a good one though, but unfortunately, I got to count Miami out. And like I said, it's a team I've done the best on this year. But we're gamblers. We're not,
Right.
fan of a gambler. So there you go. Um, the other games tomorrow: Pittsburgh Buffalo. Is that tomorrow? Yeah, Pittsburgh
Yeah,
Buffalo.
Pittsburgh Buffalo.
They were talking about the weather in that game in Buffalo, and that they were talking during the week that with the weather reports, there could be a chance that they would have to declare Buffalo a state of emergency, which means they close all the roads. And they actually talked
Mm,
about moving that game to Cleveland because it's the closest stadium from Buffalo to move it to a AFC site would be because Cleveland's playing down in Houston. But then I didn't hear anything about that yesterday or today yet. So keep your eye on the weather in Buffalo, and that could affect the game a little bit. But those fuckers know how to play up in Buffalo in that badass weather. So, but so does Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh, if you want, in that aspect, so does Pittsburgh. 10 points might be a lot. Buffalo really didn't show much this year, right? Buffalo was another one of those teams, like the Chiefs. They were supposed to, they didn't do as good as they were projected to be.
right.
I don't know if anybody has any thoughts on that game at all, but that's one of the games tomorrow. The other game
Shoot, man, I'm
tomorrow
still
is
searching around to see. Maybe y'all can help me in the chat.
Green
I'm
Bay
looking for my
Dallas.
best money line spot. I need a. I want a home, a decent home favorite, like minus
In
seven
basketball.
and under in basketball. Yeah, even
All
the
right.
NBA. One of my y'all got some NBA, but NBA so
Yeah,
janky.
yeah, yeah. Don't yeah. The NBA is the ultimate janky.
Look, Big Ragu got some college football news. He says, speaking of Bama, DeBoer is in. DeBoer goes to Alabama.
Really?
Norvell interviewed. Yeah, Norvell ended up going back. Yeah, I seen that part too. What, DeBoer? That's gonna be crazy. Y'all better get ready for Alabama for the comeback.
Yeah. I got some crazy numbers on some of those coaches. I'll tell you after we get your money line parlay together. Here's our boy Ty Jed from Buffalo. Look at that, man. We talk about it, and there it is. He
There it is.
says he lives in Buffalo, and it's windy right now. No snow yet, but are they supposed to have snow? What do you think? It's not going to affect the game, right? It's not. They're going to definitely play in Buffalo. I'm assuming, right? Let's know what
Yeah,
your weather
they
report
would
is
have
going to
had
be
to
for
change
tomorrow.
it by
They
now.
would have to change it by now, exactly. It's just something they brought up. When I hear shit, I just say it. So,
Yeah,
all right, let's go with your money line parlay for today. What teams you got so far?
I only got the Chiefs at the end of the day.
Oh,
Um,
I thought you put it. I thought you had a couple of your college basketball.
I was thinking about going with Tennessee,
Yep, I was just going to suggest that Tennessee was going to be
but
one suggestion. Go ahead. What are you going
but
to
I
say?
rather I'm trying to be logical. I'm trying to keep it simple. So I'd rather it be a home favorite opposed to
Okay, I got that.
a road favorite.
That makes sense. That
So
makes sense. There's a.
and
How
but
about your guard? How about your Gardner Webb?
I'm already on
Oh, you're on Presbyterian.
Presbyterian.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I'm
That's right.
already
I
on
forgot.
Presbyterian.
How
Yeah.
about the? No, I tell you another one. I mean, uh, Wisconsin against Northwestern. That opened up at like 7. It went to 7.5. Now it's 8.5. I could see Wisconsin. Wisconsin's another good team, man. Another conference game. That Wisconsin's a good team.
Yeah, they do fit the suit, but I
Eight
don't
and
want
one,
those. I don't
eight
want
and one
those
last.
Saturday upset letdown. I don't want to be on the side of the people that get caught up in the Saturday letdown.
All right. Well, you're the one looking for the money line, Paul. I'm just
I
trying to
know, I
help.
know. I mean, it's hard. I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna force it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna force it for sure.
So
But
Ty
I
Jet
think
is on Wake -5.
that's what I was thinking
Justin
about.
says
I just looked at that. Wake Forest, Virginia.
and Clemson money line. They Justin and Ty both talking about Clemson money line. Um, that's let's see. Let's get to that game here.
So this is one. I think this one might be my one though. Um, Providence. Providence minus 3.5. That's that one to give me a
Who they
nice
played?
spot.
Butler.
They play Xavier.
Oh, they play
And
Xavier.
so Xavier been playing a little higher than expected lately, even though they lost. They had close loss to UConn, close loss to Villanova.
Oh,
To
St.
be all
John's
honest,
great.
this should be a spot. Yeah, but Providence been on a 3-game losing streak, and they're at home today. They came off a 2 road. They lost to Creighton, and they lost to a good St. John team. So they kind of hold their destiny right here.
And they
Um,
both play each other today. Creighton and
they
St.
play
John's.
each other today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking the home team. It's only down at 3.5 money line. I could get a minus 155, and that'll juice my. Let me see what that'll juice me up to. I think that might be the spot because in these money line parlays, at some point you gotta take a legit risk to get a legit outcome out of it. If not, you would have to just keep adding more teams to your parlay. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. There's some good games at noon. There's some good games at noon. Syracuse is Syracuse is a live dog, man, at plus 13 points. Get you. Syracuse have been playing decent. I won't bet the game, but Seton Hall at Butler.
And
Yes, Hall's taking some money late. I don't know. They've been playing good too, Seton Hall lately. Don't mean you like these Big East teams and these.
Yeah, the Big East, well, in the Big East, I really like having the dogs because I
I
got it
like
at
Big East.
minus 150.
What's up,
Xavier
Joey? How you doing,
predicted not
buddy?
to
Good
beat
to
the
see you,
spread.
man. Oh, Justin has Providence on his card, minus one
Okay,
fifty. My boy
so
Joey
we had
Hogg
we
in the
had
house.
plus 136 right now. We have
Right.
plus 136. So I need to add the hook and ladder on this one, and I think the hook and ladder is gonna come
The hook and
maybe
ladder.
maybe late in college basketball.
What time is 11:45?
Let's see what the late games look like in basketball. Hmm. I'm not gonna do this. All I'm gonna do is what I do right here because I'm not gonna waste all my time and money on college basketball because it kicks me in my ass every time. So late games, they got some USC Colorado. What's that looking like?
I took the over.
Colorado.
That's one of the games I took the over. I took the over 154. I know 151 in that game. 151 and a half. USC Colorado. Yeah, USC is a good team, man. And Colorado is
USC.
too. They're both good teams. They're both good offenses. They can score those teams. So
Ooh, what else is down here to choose from? Late games, late games. I don't know. If I hop on that total with you, that'll boost my parlay way up.
yep, yep. Yeah, Doc, I agree with you about that. The home gyms are the biggest advantage. It is a lot of it is, and you got to watch these college teams that that when they go play in some of these pro gyms, like on a like St. John's and stuff at Madison Square Garden. When St. John's ain't a good example because they play there a lot. But these teams that go to these NBA courts sometimes and
Mhm.
play some of these big games, they don't shoot as well because they're not. Everything is different. They don't shoot as well. But in their home gym, they know those rigs. That means a lot. They know that court. They got their sweet spots because they're shooting every goddamn day. You know, so that's such a good point. And I hit a lot of team total overs with the home team, and you guys know I play a lot of those. And you know, I do the best with team totals in college basketball more than any other aspect of the, you know, sides, totals, you know, full games, things like that. But yep, good point. Good point. Um, so yeah, you got to figure out your money line parlay. Let me hit you with some, just a little interesting fun facts. It take 2 minutes. We know a bunch of we know a bunch of coaches have been fired or retired or left, however they like to word it. My boy Pete Carroll is out. Belichick is out. Nick Saban is out. So let's just take those three coaches. Unbelievable, those three coaches, what they've done in football between college and pros. It's pretty amazing. Combined, those three coaches combined have won 15 of the last 48 titles within football and college, within college and pro. 15 of the last, so that's, you know, 1 out of 3 almost, that one of those coaches have won a title, okay? Straight up, combined, those three coaches are 923 and 415 with only 2 ties. I don't know how they, you know, what numbers they're based that on. It's amazing it's only 2 ties, actually. But a 69, this is straight up, 69% win rate between those three coaches. So if you bet them straight up every time, obviously you would have made money over all these years. This is like 20 years, though, of games. 55% against the spread. This is their career. The three, Belichick, Carroll, Saban, in their career. They have gone 55% against the spread, 69% straight up. Okay? As a favorite of -7 or more, Belichick has won 86% of his games straight up, -7 or more, 55% against the spread. That's an amazing stat.
All right. I got my
Saban,
parlay
92%.
together.
Go ahead.
I got my parlay together.
Go ahead.
My last piece is gonna be Oregon. It's -330, but it boosts my parlay up to a +208. Should I stop right there or should I keep going? Y'all let me know in the chat.
This is what I do. I would put a Sunday game in there, and then if you're alive, you have a big hedge. That's what I would do.
A Sunday game.
You throw a Sunday football game in there, or you know, throw in, you know, and then you can hedge it the other way. Throw in the favorite. Throw in like the freaking Cowboys, and then you got a big hedge with the Packers. You know what I mean? Because you got such a big plus money, you know. Or you play the points then with the Packers and possibly really hit everything, you know. So you go money line Dallas, and then tomorrow, if you're alive, then you hedge with a plus money up or the points with Green Bay. That's the hedge, and you're gonna hit it all.
Let's go money line,
right, Justin? And Cowboys money line. That's right, Justin.
Yes,
we said it at the same time, my friend.
Yes.
Come on, we both said it at the same time.
Teamwork is the dream work.
Right, Doc? You like that, right? And then we take the Packers +7, +8 tomorrow. They're gonna be there's gonna be late money on the Cowboys probably. It's already 7.5.
That boosts me up to +296.
There you go.
I think I like it.
Hit the stop button. This is what we do on Saturday for anybody that's new to us. We're here capping, man, like you guys are. We're just here talking like we talk in our chat during the week. That's what it's all about. It's our powwow.
That's it. Let me put this in the chat. So
put it in, baby. Put it in.
That's Oregon, Providence, KC, and Cowboys all on the money line. Y'all might want to put one of those in too, man. I'm telling you, that one. I do mess up a lot on Saturdays, but it took me a long time to get that. Yeah, I seen that. Big Ragu says that I see that in the chat. Yeah, I was talking about that just a minute ago.
That's what got me on that. Alabama. That's what got me on that thing with Saban. Saban has coached against 625 coaches in his career. He is 8th against the spread, against all those coaches in all his career. How about
Oh
that?
shit.
I got downsized. Oh, okay, I'm back.
That was me
That
pushing
was
too
like a
many
that was
buttons.
like a Bewitched episode. All right,
Oh,
I'll stop
I
with
know
my
what
fun
happened.
facts. So you
I'm
want
trying to
his?
get my
What
trying
are
to
you
put
doing?
this money line parlay up. That's probably gonna be the last pick for me on the show. I'm not gonna push it.
Nope,
It's
nope. My three-team parlay for football is plus 394. It's the Browns money line, Chiefs money line, Rams plus three. And like I said, that's if it hits. I have three open parlays. I have two open parlays right now. Both two teamers. One's like plus 168 and one's plus 230 with the Rams. So then I would have three parlays open with the Rams, and then I'll have to do something on the Lions to offset the exposure. That's my theory with tomorrow. But I do like the Rams. I don't like the Lions tomorrow.
alrighty then.
All right.
So
Yeah.
let's put those up now. All the picks are ready. Don Ricci, we got you
Every,
down right
let's
here.
go,
New
baby.
Mexico minus 3.5. Tennessee team total over 77.5. Bama versus Mississippi State over 154.5. And USC Colorado over 151 and a
Five,
half.
one,
It's
five.
official. Y'all write that down. Take a picture, tell a friend.
Take a
And
picture.
then for me, early I got Presbyterian plus 7.5, FDU minus 6.5, and then I got a money line parlay, Providence, Oregon, Kansas City, and then Dallas tomorrow on Sunday for a whopping 296. Let's get paid, y'all.
Let's get paid. The fix is in. Is has arrived. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you back again. He was here last week in the chat. Um, you know, I've always been a Flacco fan. I know he's old and whatever, but he experience is why the Browns are where they are today. Experience is his experience is really where they are today, if you ask me. And I don't like rookie quarterbacks in these playoff games right away. No disrespect to Stroud. I wouldn't be surprised if they won. It's a confident game, that's for sure. So that's why I only threw it in the parlay. This kid Stroud's going to be something, regardless of what happens today. I mean,
Yeah.
that that kid's a winner. He just has the poise. He sure as hell don't act like a like. If you just started watching football, I wouldn't think that he was. If I didn't know that he was a rookie, because he definitely handles himself pretty damn good. So respect for sure. Good games, man. Wild card weekend, not like wild card weekend in football. In college basketball, we got again tomorrow. We got some good games, but today is a big one, man. We got our boy Justin on a bunch of games today. We'll be we'll be rooting for you. Fix is in. What college games you on today? Any college football basketball games? Let us know before we get out of here.
Before we get out of here, we
Go
touched
ahead,
on
DJ.
we touched on the Steelers game a little bit, and we touched on the Cowboys a little bit. You want to go back and finish those NFL games?
I, I mean, does anybody have any? I mean, listen, the Cowboys are, again, another team that notoriously doesn't do well in playoffs. We all know about that, but I think it's a different Dallas team. I think this is
Yeah,
one of the better Dallas teams of all time. I don't see anyone stopping CC Lamb. The guy's just a monster. The guy's a monster. So if you're going to double team him, it's going to open up someone else. But CC Lamb is just, it's amazing what he's done this year. You know, Dak has seemed to come into his own a little bit. He's obviously has something to prove. I think if they don't go at least to the Super Bowl, I guess if they don't win the damn NFC Championship, McCarthy might be out. Especially with Belichick laying around, especially with Pete Carroll laying around, Vrabel laying around, a lot of coaches laying around. I could
yeah.
see, you never know with Jerry Jones what they're going to do. Not that McCarthy deserves to be fired, even if they, but you got to show something in the playoffs this year. So
Yeah.
we'll see what
Um.
happens.
So
What do you
in the
think?
for me, I don't think I touched on this show about how I feel about the Steelers and the Bills. I think the Steelers and the Bills got a big shot at a under. Not just the weather or anything like that, but also, Steelers, they know what they are. They're happy to make it. They're a young group of guys with an old coach. He's going to try to play chess to get his team to have an advantage to win somewhere late in the game. The Bills have to win and make a statement at home. Their season have been so wishy washy. They
Yeah.
got to be happy that they made it now. Like we hear, time to
Good
start
point.
playing good ball, and they should come out. So either I figure either if the Bills do well, it's gonna be because they shut the Steelers down. If the Steelers do well, it's gonna be because they slowed the game down and had a chance late. So both of those ways, I kind of like the under, but it's really low right now, 33 and a half. I'm not super duper weather guy because sometimes the weather makes the line go down, and then once they catch a few passes in the snow
Yeah.
bowl, rainbow,
Listen.
you kind of know like, oh, it's gonna go
Yeah.
over now.
Yeah, without a
So
doubt, man. Without a doubt.
yeah,
Listen, fluky things happen in bad weather too, right? Balls
yeah,
slipping out, fumbles
turnovers,
happen,
yeah,
and you
yeah,
know what? I heard Bart Scott. Bart Scott's on the radio here in New York. The old Ravens linebacker. I love listening to him. And he said, "You think about it. We're on defense in slippery, icy conditions. We're standing still, and now we got to try to the offense guy. He's already got his footing on the first couple steps, so it's easy to go past somebody, you know. And you don't think about it, but makes sense, right? A defensive guy has to react to him, and when it's slippery, you lose a half a step, and every wide receiver in the league is gone. So, you know, bad weather doesn't always equate to unders. That's for sure. Wind is always the key, right? It's the big
yeah.
winds.
Wind has a lot to
Those
do with it.
40, 50 mile an hour days, things like that. Like it was here last night. It was 50 mile an
Yep,
hour
and,
winds
and it
here.
has to do with the strength of the team, though, because some teams,
Yeah.
a lot of times, getting put in positions where they don't know how to do nothing good but throw the ball around,
Right.
and they
Right.
have to
Right.
figure it out.
But
And
one thing
it
about
and
the wind, sometimes it's with you, sometimes it's against
yeah,
you.
the
So.
wind is a whole nother thing. Yeah, when the wind is right, it ain't no beating that. And then Packers and Cowboys, Jordan Love, you did a great job, getting to this position, but yeah, the whole team over there just not developed enough to keep going at this point. Dallas could beat Packers with their defense alone all year. They've beat up on mediocre teams. There's another mediocre teams they probably can cover as well. So I'm on Dallas right there. But Rams and Lions. Oh, you missed my Rams and Lions spiel on Wham
I
show
like the
with
Rams.
Fixington.
What?
I say the Rams go sit down somewhere. You bought a Super Bowl a few years back. That's gonna cost you quite a few years, and it's the Lions' turn to show and improve in this one. That dude, what's his name? Ahmad St. Brown. He is an awesome kid. He's right there with like CD Lamb and making magic. I think Lions get over the hump in round one and really have a good season. How far they're gonna go down, I don't know. But the Rams could also be the industry plant to knock a few teams off. But there's no way the Rams end up in the Super Bowl. But right
I don't know
here,
if they'll end up in the Super Bowl. I just like them tomorrow. I don't like them to go
yeah,
further than
I
that.
don't like them on the
I,
road.
you know what? Matthew Stafford coming back home to Detroit. I like that this game is indoors. I just think I don't know. I just like the Rams all week long. The number never changed, which kind of is amusing that this number stayed at -3 the whole damn week. I took it +3 on Tuesday. I took the first parlay at +3, so that line hasn't changed. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. So we'll see what happens. The reason why I like the Rams, DJ, is because they really have played some good ball the last 4 or 5 weeks. They're really coming into this pretty strong. But listen, Detroit, when we thought they were going to, they started, they had a little, they came out of the gate strong. They had a little falter. We all thought maybe that might have been the end of them, and they really rebounded. They got a good coach. They got a good team. Jared Goff playing against his old Rams team, right? Matthew Stafford
Yeah,
playing against his old Detroit team.
yeah,
Should be interesting.
yeah.
The total at 51.5, I still think it is a little high. I
They'll
think
probably go over. They both don't really play defense or shit anyway.
yeah, I don't know, man.
They
Something.
could go.
Listen, some of these games, something fluky is going to happen in one of these games, right? So we'll see,
Yeah,
I guess.
they could play. They
I
could
won't
play
touch
tit
the
for tat.
total.
they can
I
play
won't
tit for
touch the
tat
total.
easy. The beef right there is between the quarterbacks and the organizations, so they got to play well against them. So it could be a tit for tat. Maybe
The
a first half,
fix is
a
in.
first half over should be a good one too. And then the
Detroit
last one,
Dallas rematch. Whoa, that'll be something. Detroit Dallas rematch. Listen, I would love to see Dallas go through all these teams in the NFC. I'm still on these Ravens. I think the Ravens are the best team in the AFC. We'll see what happens.
yeah.
Go ahead, DJ. I'm
And
sorry
then
to
the
cut you
last
off.
game, let's do the last game because
Go ahead
I'm getting
and
cold
get
out
out of
here.
here.
It's the Eagles and the Buccaneers right here. Um, I kind of lean. Well, I like the over in this game. I
43.
think that we're gonna see an Eagles team that we haven't seen in a while.
I
They
agree.
kind of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They're looking
Yes.
at it too as we made it. We made it to the spot, and I think you got to be careful of the Buccaneers too, because they go another cheating team that paid for a Super Bowl, and they might just be there just to knock off or finish off the Eagles. But I don't know. I don't believe in fake love. I think all this Baker Mayfield rah rah is fake love. Nobody liked the Baker Mayfield.
Everybody hated the guy.
Yeah,
The guy was everybody hated him, man, and rightfully so. And then he was like basically out of the league, and then he came back. Listen, I give him props for what he did here. He's actually hit a couple of incentives with like a million. He hit two different $1 million incentives. I read,
yeah.
and one of
But
them was
that's no.
getting into the playoffs. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. I mean, if I mean, the Eagles. I mean, they started 10-1 and they just went downhill. Do you expect them to do that? I mean, it's almost a law of averages that they're due to play a good game, man. And then,
Yeah,
listen, that's why we got a 2.5 point spread, DJ. That's why this game ain't 7 points. It's
yeah,
because the way.
and with the Eagles, they went to the Super Bowl, so they know the path, the bonuses along as well.
But are they hurt? Is
And this
hurt
time,
hurt?
yeah, I mean, hurt is hurt. We
Is
can't do
hurt
nothing about
hurt?
that. But at the
Right.
same time, you know what I'm saying? 46,000 for the first wild card game, sixty-seven
I like
thousand
that angle. I didn't think.
for the NFC Championship,
Yes.
and then 87,000 for the Super Bowl. Or if you win the Super Bowl, it's like 170,000. That's
Right.
paid by the NFL, not by the team, not
Yes.
including the incentives in your
Extra
contract, and
bonus.
not including money. That's what they buy gold chains, big cars, and all that stuff with.
That's right.
That money right there. So these guys are going to show up and at least give a chance on the shot. I don't think nobody's going to fold their cards in these games. Out of all these playoff games, we should see two or three games definitely in with a field goal.
All right. Let me just give you something quick that I just seen. Wait, the fix is in Tampa first half, no matter how poor they played last week. Yeah. Listen, I like all the first half unders. To be honest with you, I took the first half under in the Browns game today. I took under 22.5. But then I took the Browns team total over 23.5. But let me just hit you with this. So it might make you like Philly a little bit more. Philly finished with massive edges in yards, 400 against the Bucks. 474 to 170, 472 to 174. The Phillies have more yards than the Bucks. First downs 27-12, and time of possession per game 38 minutes to 21 minutes. So the Eagles are averaging 38 minutes per game in possession, where the Bucks are only averaging 21 minutes. Bucks are only averaging 12 first downs to the Eagles 27 downs. So that does bode well for the Eagles. I think the Bucks are just. I just think that listen. I have no idea what to bet on this game, and I'm probably, you know, look for something live because I really have no idea what to bet on this game. But gun to head, I would probably take the Eagles, but we'll see. Doc likes his. Yeah, listen, everything you guys are saying is true. Backing the Eagles is not a good look. That's why I didn't do it yet. That's for sure. Tampering the teaser, that's not bad. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Again, I kind of like that under in the first half of that game, maybe if anything. But let us get out of here. It is.
Yeah.
It's like noontime. It's time for some gambling.
basketball.
We
Oh
rambled
yeah.
enough. Now it's time to do some gambling. And thank you
Hey,
everybody for coming in, man. We appreciate that. We'll
big
be
shout
back
out to
next
the
week.
chat, man. Justin, Dabby, Joey, Big Ragu, Damon, all of them that showed the fixes
Fix
in.
the
Um,
fix.
Nasty Nate, Mr. Trifecta showed up for a minute. Ty Jin, just list goes on and on, man. But shout out for y'all. Shout out to all 7,000 viewers that are looking at these wonderful faces this morning, getting
Maybe
their day
tomorrow morning
together.
I'll maybe tomorrow morning we'll come on with a quickie. We'll see what happens. We'll
We'll
see
see what happens. But
what
y'all
happens in
stay
the morning.
connected. Make sure you
Justin, get a
like.
hold of us, Justin. We want you to come on with us one of these weeks. Get in touch with us, man. DM us.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, man. Let's make out of here from the west to the east. We out of here.